Hello everyone, Cousin here back, and in this video I'm gonna be solving Wordle number 1181, as well as New York Times Hard Sudoku for September 12th, 2024. So let's get this video started with Wordle number 1181. Let's start with the word lunch. Okay, all of the letters are grey, so L, U, and CH are not part of this word. So let's get something else. Let's go with store. S and R turned out to be yellow, so I should place these two letters somewhere else in this word. But T, O, and E are not in this word. So the only vowels that I have not guessed are A and I. It could be either one of them or both. Let's think of what I have. Okay, grasp. It also could be double S ending, like grass or brass. Let's try grasp, because there are 5 unique letters in the word grasp. So let's go with that, because I want to try a double consonant involving R at the beginning and S at one of the two places at the end. Okay, it is indeed something, RAS something. Now it could still well be a double S ending. Or if it's not double S, it could be K, but not that likely, or even less likely, a Y. I don't think there are any other combinations. So if it is double S, I'm gonna guess brass. And that is indeed the Wordle answer. Alright, so I actually thought of this word before I made the third guess already. So yeah, it was just one of those situations where there are like 5 possible words that you can think of, which are likely to be the Wordle answer. That you're just gonna have to guess the one which makes the most eliminations, or you can get much info about it. So yeah, I would say yeah, the way I handled today's Wordle was good. Yeah, the placement of R and S after I made the second guess was quite key to get this Wordle solved. So yeah, I guess today's Wordle answer brass in 4 tries. So yeah, I'll take that. Alright, after I'm done with Wordle number 1181, let's move on to Sudoku on New York Times. I'm gonna do the hard difficulty Sudoku for September 12th, which is today. Okay, so I see that these 8 points right, and this cell sees another 8. These 8 points left, and these 8 point down. These ones force the digit 1 into this cell in block 8. This 9 points left. So in block 8, the digit 9 is forced into row 7, and then these 9s points left. This cell sees another 9, so 9 goes in one, so 9 is forced into one of these 2 cells in block 7. This 6 points up to force the digit 6 into one of these 2 cells in block 5. These 7s points up. Okay, in block 5, the missing digits are 2, 3, 6, and 9. But these 2 open cells see 3 and 9 from the same row. So these 2 cells cannot contain 3 and 9, so that means 3 and 9 can only go into the other 2 cells. So these 2 cells then form a 3-9 pair. Because the only combinations are 3-9 or 9-3, like this. And no other combinations, right? So in order to fit both 3 and 9 into block 5, they have to go into these 2 cells, or in other words, these 2 cells are reserved for 3, and 9. So this 3-9 pair eliminates all other digits from these two cells, because they can only contain 3 and 9, which eliminates 6 from this cell, so I can force the digit 6 into this cell in block 5, and this is a 2, because of the 3-9 pair similarly. So yeah. This 5 points left and this 5 points down. So in block 4, the digit 5 is forced into column 2. Okay, these 4s point right, and this cell sees another 4. So in block 6, the digit 4 is forced into this cell. This 4 points left, and this 4 points down. So in block 8, the digit 4 is forced into row 8. And then these 4s further points left, this cell sees another 4. So in block 7, the digit 4 is forced into one of these two cells, and these two cells form a 4-9 pair. Because in block 7, as you can see, the digits 4 and 9 are missing. And all of these, no matter whether 4 or 9s are given or hidden. When I say hidden, I mean that I've not placed them, nor they are given, but I've marked them down in a specific pattern. So, yeah, the given and hidden 4s and 9s, so all of these 4s and 9s, force both 4 and 9 into one of these two cells only, and they share the same two cells. So same logic goes with this 4-9 pair as the 3-9 pair I've previously found. They have the same logic. So the only combinations are 4-9 or 9-4, and no other combinations. So in order to fit both 4 and 9 into block 7, these two digits they have to go into these two cells. And these two cells are reserved for 4 and 9. So this 4-9 pair eliminates all other digits from these two cells. Okay. Okay, now, yes. In row 9, well, this 4-9 pair applies to both block 7 and row 9. Because these two cells also line up in row 9. They're both in row 9. So the other 4 open cells in the same row contain the other missing digits, 2, 3, 5, and 8. Where this cell and this cell, these two cells, see another 8. So in row 9, the digit 8 is forced into one of these two cells, as 8 is still a missing digit. 2, 3, 5, 8. Okay, so I think that's about it. Okay, this 3 points right and this 3 points down. So in block 9, the digit 3 is forced into row 9, and then these 3s point left. So actually, this cell can only contain either 2 or 5. In column 5, the missing digits are 2, 5, and 9. This cell sees 9, so 9 goes up here. This cell sees 2 as well. Hmm. Okay, I might want to fill in some rows or columns or blocks that are more restricted. So, for example, in row 5, the missing digits are 1, 2, 3, and 9. This cell sees 2, so it can only contain 1, 3. Okay, it also sees 9, so this cell is only 1 or 3. This cell sees 9, so it's 1, 2, 3. Over here, the cell sees 3, so it's 1, 2, or 9. Oh, okay, so yeah, it's in row 6. In row 6, the missing digits are 1, 5, 7, and 8. But this cell sees 1, 7, and 8, so this must be a 5. Or, you can also do it the other way. Well, it's basically the same concept. This cell sees 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, and 9. So the only digit that this cell does not see is 5. And in Sudoku, of course, we do not want any empty cells. We cannot have empty cells in Sudoku. And this cell cannot contain 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, and 9. But we still have to fit a digit into the cell. This cell has to contain at least and at most one digit. So the only digit that can go in the cell is a 5, and this cell must contain a 5 for that reason. Okay, and then after I place this 5, 5 is eliminated from the cell. I can force the digit 5 into the cell in block 4. Let's continue filling in row 6. This cell sees 8. This cell sees 1, so this is how 1, 7, and 8 are placed. Okay, I see that this 6 points right. So in block 9, the digit 6 is forced into one of these two cells. But I'm not sure if that actually does anything immediately. Hmm. You know what, I might as well fill in 2, 5 in this cell. Okay, this 2 points down, so 2 in block 8 goes into one of these 3 cells, and this 5 points down, so 5 in block 8 goes into one of these 3 cells. Oh, okay, so yeah, I somehow missed this. So after I place this 5, I could have placed the 2 here, because after 5 occupied this cell, these 2s also help force the digit 2 into this cell in block 4, which eliminates 2 from this cell. The missing digits of block 4 are 1, 3, 7, and 8. This cell sees 1 and 8, so it can only contain either 3 or 7. Okay, so now, these 2's point down, and 2, of course, cannot be in the 4-9 pair. So in block 7, the digit 2 is forced into this cell, which eliminates 2 from this cell and makes this a 5. Because remember, these 4 open cells... No, actually, I should say that in row 9, we have a 4-9 pair. So these 4 open cells contain the missing digits 2, 3, 5, and 8, but because of block 9, the digit 3 is guaranteed to go into one of these 2 cells, and okay, yeah, in row 9, 8 is guaranteed to go into one of these 2 cells. So actually, this cell cannot contain 3 nor 8, so it must be 2 or 5 only, but now that this cell sees 2, it must be a 5. Okay, this 5 points right and joins the 6 to form a 5-6 pair in these 2 cells. Same logic with any other pairs, so I'm not going to explain it much, but the only combinations are 5-6 or 6-5. So this 5-6 pair eliminates all other digits from these 2 cells, meaning that a 2-3-8 triple is formed in the other 3 open cells. So in this cell is now eliminated. Okay, this 8 points down. 8 cannot go into the 4-9 pair, so in block 7, the digit 8 is forced into column 1, which eliminates 8 from this cell. Because in block 7, the digit 8 is guaranteed into column 1, so these cells cannot contain 8. I can force the digit 8 into this cell in block 4. Okay, now, there's a 137 triple in block 4, column 1. So because 3's are here, they're guaranteed to be here. They are hidden. But you have to acknowledge its existence. So the hidden 3 here eliminates 3 from this cell. So now I can force the digit 3 into this cell in block 7. The other missing digits of block 7 are 6, 7, and 8. Okay, these 2 cells see a hidden 7 from this triple. So this hidden 7 helps force the digit 7 into this cell in block 7, leaving a 6-8 pair here. And in column 1, there are 7 open cells. We have a 137 triple as well as a 6-8 pair, meaning that the remaining 2 open cells that are not engaged in the pairs of triples I've mentioned contain the missing digits 4 and 9. Okay. Column 3 is missing 1 and 6, but this cell C is a 6, so I can place 1 and 6 like so. The missing digits of block 1 are 4, 7, and 9. Okay, so I was just looking at row 1, and I was thinking about the missing digits, and this cell turns out to be a single. I can do the same thing again, as I found the... which one was it? This 5, I think. Yeah. So this cell sees 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So the only digit that this cell does not see is 9. And this cell cannot be empty. We cannot have any empty cells in Sudoku. So we have to fit at most and I should say, I have to put at least and at most 1 digit into this cell, which means it's 1 digit. So 9 has to go into this cell because it's the only digit that can go in this cell, and so this cell must contain a 9 because it cannot contain 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So it must be 9. Okay, and then 9 in this cell eliminator, I can make this a 5. Down here, a 2, this a 9. Um, let's continue with row 1. 1, 4, and 7 are the missing digits. This cell sees 7, so it's 1, 4, 1, 4, 7, and this cell sees 4, so it's 1 or 7. These 9s force the digit 9 into one of these two cells in block 6. Am I missing something? Let me see. Oh dear. Oh, okay, it's this 9, sorry. I just placed this 9, so I didn't quite follow up. But after I place this 9, 9 in these two cells are eliminated. I can force the digit 9 into this cell in block 1, which makes this 4 and this a 7. This 9 points down, making this cell a 4, this a 9. And 7 in this cell is now eliminated. I can force the digit 7 into this cell in block 2. And then this 4 points right to force the digit 4 into column 4 in block 2, which eliminates 4 from this cell, placing 4 in this cell in block 8, which makes this a 4, this a 9, this a 5, and this a 6, 5, 6, 8. Okay, all of these 5s force the digit 5 into this cell in block 3. All 5s are placed. Column 6 is missing 3 and 9. Okay, this cell now sees a 9, so I can make this a 3, the other one a 9, this a 3. 1, 2, and 4 are the missing digits of block 2. 1, 2, and 6 are the missing digits of row 2, the cell sees 1. In row 3, 2, 3, 4, and 8 are the missing digits. This cell sees 4, so it's 2, 3, 8. This cell sees 8, so it's 2, 3, 4. This cell sees 3 and 4, so it can only contain either 2 or 8. And we have a 2, 8 pair in column 9, formed by these two cells. So, because we don't want empty cells, right? And the only digits which can go into these two cells are 2 and 8. So, in order, I mean, yeah, to avoid empty cells. To avoid empty cells, we have to keep both 2 and 8 into these two cells. We have to keep 2 and 8 in these two cells, because the only combinations are 2, 8, or 8, 2 like this. We can't leave them empty. So, because 2 and 8 must be kept into these two cells, I'll say that this 2, 8 pair eliminates 2s and 8s from all other open cells in this column, which means that this cell cannot contain 2. Sorry. They cannot contain 2. Does that do anything? Okay, oh, it's this cell. Okay, so column 7 is missing 2, 3, 6, and 8, but this cell sees 3 and 8, so it can only contain either 2 or 6. And these two cells form a 2, 6 pair, or in other words, the other two cells form a 3, 8 pair because these two open cells see 3, and 8. So we got a 2, 6 pair as well as a 3, 8 pair in column 7. And after that, can I do anything immediately? Well, I don't... I'm not sure what I'm missing. Oh, this 3. I'm such a big donut. Such an idiot. Okay, well, it makes this a 7, this a 1, this a 3. Sorry for that. I missed it completely. 1 and 7 to complete these 2 rows. Now 1 in this cell is eliminated. I can make this cell a 6, this a 2, this a 1, 4, 2. Up here we got a 1, 7 pair, meaning that these 3 cells contain the digits 3, 4, and 8, but this cell sees 3 and 4, so this must be 8, which makes this 3 and this a 4 down here, and 8, this a 6, 2, 3. Okay, and the Sudoku puzzle is complete. Alright, I finished today's New York Times hard Sudoku in about 22.5 minutes. So I would say this puzzle is just the right difficulty, not too tricky. Uh, I mean, the logic is quite clear for, um, I mean, if you're experienced with solving hard difficulty Sudokus, then I don't think it's too tricky. But there are some key spots that if you don't see, you might struggle for a while. So I'll go over them as a quick summary. So at the beginning, we have the 3-9 pair in block 5. The 3-9 pair in block 5, which helps place the 6 and 2 in the same block. And then later on, there was the 4-9 pair in block 7. There was the 4-9 pair, which applies to both block 7 and row 9. This 4-9 pair, right here where I'm pointing at, this 4-9 pair applies to both block 7 and row 9. Okay, and then later on there was the single 5 in row 6, column 7. This one where I'm pointing at. In block 6, the digit 5, at the intersection of row 6 and column 7, was a single 5, which means it saw every other digit apart from 5. So the cell is forced to contain a 5. And in the same column up here, this 9 is also a single. So in block 3, there was this 9 in the intersection of row 1 and column 7. The cell saw every other digit apart from 9. So again, this cell was forced to be a 9. Okay, so I think these were the key spots. Let me know if I've missed any, or if you have any other questions or difficulties, feel free to leave them in the comments down below. I'll be glad to reply you, and of course, hopefully this video helped. So yeah, just the right difficulty. Today is September 12th, 2024. In this video, I've solved Wordle number 1181, as well as New York Times hard Sudoku for the day. So I'll see you all again tomorrow. Bye!